One of the most underestimated vocal groups of their time. In 1968, the group arrived to Motown as proven R&B hitmakers, fueled by their passionate lead vocalist. Although their career stopped for 2 years in Hitsville, they released great singles, recorded an unreleased album, and produced a slew of other tracks that are still treasured by Motown collectors and Northern Soul fans. The centerpiece of today's video is all about the Fantastic Four. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. This story begins in the mid-60s with members Sweet James Epps, brothers Ralph and Joseph Pruitt, and Wallace Toby Childs. The quartet honed their sound before singing with Ed Wingate's Ric-Tick Records, a small Detroit label that was releasing some major singles and giving Motown a run for its money. The group continually engaged with listeners and with a succession of tracks with devout lyrics, some of which mimic classical themes, which is all matched by Sweet James Epps, who delivered incredibly soulful vocals, some of which had similarities to David Ruffin. The group had 6 songs on the R&B charts, 3 of which also hit the pop charts. Between early 1967 and mid 1968, they released The Whole World Is a Stage, You Gave Me Something,
I never had a love like this before.
As Long As I Live,
And I thank you, darling. Thank you.
To Share Your Love,
And there's no one like
Goddess of Love,
and a Mona Lisa smile you will never forget.
A Man in Love,
One touch of your little hand, ooh, makes me feel just like I'm a natural man.
and I've Got to Have You.
I've got to have you, baby, 'cause I've been loving you.
These amazing songs made regular appearances on soul music formatted radio stations. By this time, Wingate sold most of his record company to Berry Gordy in 1966, but he maintained the Ric-Tick label in the Fantastic Four. But when the group released I Love You Madly in 1968, Berry bought the rest of Wingate's record company and soon reissued the song on his sole label, where it reached number 12 on the R&B charts and number 53 on the pop charts.
I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you madly. Ooh.
Before the Motown takeover, the Fantastic Four was Ric-Tick's best-selling act, outselling Edwin Starr in the United States. Their songs frequently aired on Detroit powerhouse station CKLW. The next Fantastic Four single, 1969's I Feel Like I'm Falling in Love Again. Now, this was the group's first Motown production. Although the song had all the makings of a success, it was produced by Jimmy Ruffin's team of William Witherspoon and James Dean. But unfortunately, the song did not chart. In March of that year, Motown combined 11 tracks from their Ric-Tick days for their Motown debut album titled The Best of the Fantastic Four. The version of this album are studio mixes that has some mixing elements or are different performances to its original hits. Another Fantastic Four song, Just Another Lonely Night, was released in September of 1969.
For I love you
was first heard on the 1965 album The Tempin' Temptations with Paul Williams on lead. The Temptations did that thing with the song, but we have to give credit to Epps, who did an excellent job. Motown called in Al Kent, who has previously worked with the group, to help them create a hit. They released On the Brighter Side of a Blue World in April of 1970, which stands as the group's final release for Motown. Motown intended this song to be featured on the album titled How Sweet It Is, alongside the singles I Feel Like I'm Falling in Love Again and Just Another Lonely Night, along with 9 other notable songs. But the album was placed in a vote. I'm very confident that the group lack of success at Motown was due to a large part of its roster, which was highly stacked with stars on top of stars. The group eventually split up due to frustration, but they rejoined each other a few years later with the somewhat altered lineup, and they signed with Westbound Records. Here, they enjoyed a renewed appeal during the disco era with some mildly successful songs, some of which was I Got to Have Your Love,
Suspended out in space like a lovely song.
Motown guitarist Dennis Coffey produced BYOF, Bring Your Own Funk, in 1979. Although they did not have much success with the song, it did become their only entry in the UK singles charts, peaking at number 62 in February of 1979. Their biggest hit was Ivan Stone, The Birth and Death of a Gangster, in 1975. Some of the Fantastic Four unreleased Motown recordings started to emerge on compilations in June of 2015. The album, The Lost Motown Album, was published by UK reissue company Ace Records under its Kent imprint. Throughout the years, we had lost a lot of members from the group, along with long-term member Cleveland Horn, who passed away from a heart attack on April 13, 2000. The group's original lead singer, Sweet James Epps, passed away from a heart attack on September 11, 2000. Original member Ralph Pewitt passed away on June 3, 2014 at the age of 74. Paul Edward Scott passed away on April 16, 2017 at the age of 74. Before Ralph passed, he put together a new Fantastic Four group. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from the Fantastic Four?